Hi everybody, thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to be making kimchi, one of the healthiest foods in the world, also known to help fight off cancer. So what we're going to need to do, start off, is start trimming our Napa cabbage. For speed purposes, I like to cut mine in half, and then in another half, also known as quarters. And then I just start slicing it across, make it into good bite-sized pieces, so that when I serve it or eat it, it's just ready to go. Now you don't have to cut it exactly like this. This is just how I like to cut my kimchi. It's going to be for a very quick brine, quick cure. It'll also only ferment for about 2 days, so this will help speed up the process. What you're going to need to do after placing it in a bowl is cover and mix your kimchi with a good handful of salt, roughly a quarter cup, and allow it to set for 30 minutes. It'll help it start curing and breaking down and tenderizing the cabbage. So to make the base of the kimchi base, I grate my ginger. This is a microplane that I have. You can pick it up at any local grocery store. So ginger and garlic. You can also place it in a blender or a RoboCoupe, but I just prefer the microplane. So now we're going to mix the ginger and garlic with our gochujang. That's the Korean chili flake. I like to mix all my dry ingredients first to make sure everything's evenly distributed. Make sure you give it a good firm mix. And now I'm going to add a secret ingredient, also known as sugar. No, it's not MSG. This is sugar, everybody. So this is going to help give a slight sweetness to the bitterness of the cabbage. So I'm going to add about 2 teaspoons here. Don't worry, I'm going to have a recipe for everybody at the end of this to follow. So now that I have all my dry ingredients mixed together, I'm going to grab fish sauce. Be careful, don't smell too close. It's quite pungent. So this is, in my opinion, the mother to the sauce. This and the chili flake. So these are just some of the condiments that I like to add to my kimchi. This is some spring onion, also known as green onion, or Chinese onion. And I just like to trim the tops of them right on off. Place them in my mixing bowl, and I'm going to reserve the stems. The stems aren't going to break down as quickly as the green tops, so as you're going to see a demo here, I'm going to take the roots off and just cut them on a bias and on an angle. Now mind you, you don't have to do this exactly like that. This is your kimchi. You can cut it how you want. If you want to put the whole bottoms in, that's your prerogative. It's what you want to do. This is your kimchi. Have fun with it while you're making it. There you go. Get rid of all those stems. We don't need those for anything. So now we have all the scallions trimmed up. We're going to move on to daikon radish. So I like to peel my daikon first I've already rinsed them, pre-washed it ahead of time, but I also like to peel it just to get that fibrous skin off and dirtiness, and just make sure it's really nice and clean. Then I'm just going to trim off the ends, just to make it easier for the next application. And I'm just going to slice it into little rings. Now, if you want, you can use a mandolin to help you slice this. I just personally prefer to use my knife. Make sure you keep your fingers back all the time while you're using your knife. You don't want to take those fingers off. So I'm just going to dice my daikon radish up, as so. If you want, you could just julienne it, or you could just cut it into matchsticks. See, right now I was just trying the skin of the Asian pear. I just want to see how chewy it was, or the texture of it. Maybe I was going to peel it. You should do the same too. If it's really nice and sweet, don't bother peeling it. It has really nice flavor to it. So, start trimming up your Asian pear. And I'm just going to move into the same shape. I'm going to start dicing it the same exact way as I did with the daikon. Again, as I said, this is your kimchi. If you want to cut it large sticks, you're more than welcome to. If you like to julienne it, you're more than welcome to. This is your kimchi. I had a chef once tell me, it's not rocket science, it's only food. Setting all the Asian pear aside. So after your cabbage has been soaking for, salted for 30 minutes, what you need to do is rinse it very, very thoroughly. You want to make sure that all the salt has been removed, and make sure you taste it. Make sure that it's still not salty. Massage it through, rinse it very well. Now start drying it. Allow it to set about another 20 minutes just to dry. And now you could add all your dry vegetables. Make sure you mix really evenly. I use my sink because I don't have a large enough mixing bowl. Don't worry, I cleaned it thoroughly. Now the moment we've all been waiting for. No, time to make the kimchi. So this Korean paste, the chili paste, I just mix a little bit at a time. I don't want to add everything in at a time. I may have possibly made too much, so you just be cautious with it. That garlic and ginger is very strong, so it's very, very potent to the nose. It smells wonderful. Almost there, guys. Look what we got. Kimchi. Now comes the best part. Bottling up. So this container right here was actually I received with 10-pound kimchi in it before for a Christmas present from a really good friend of mine. So what I'm going to do is fill it back up. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. So make sure it's washed and clean, sanitized first. This is a very important process that you have. Okay. So now we're going to put our kimchi in it, and make sure you pat it down very firmly. There you go, press nice and firm. So after we have this, what you're going to want to do is put it in a cool, dry, very shady place, dark place for 2 to 3 days. And then open the jar and taste it. If you would like it to age more, you're more than welcome to. If you think that your kimchi is ready and you like it fresh, young, this is your kimchi. Do what you like. But personally, I would like mine to set for 2 days outside. There we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Kimchi. One of the healthiest foods in the world. Thanks for joining in. Here's a recipe as followed, and please like and subscribe.